Hey guys, Stealth here. It's Factorio, Let's Play episode 2. Now, I have a lot of materials coming in, a lot of copper especially, that I am not actually using. You can see it's starting to pile up. So this episode I'm going to work on expanding my production capability, and for that I'm going to need a few more stone furnaces. I also want to start to ramp up my iron ore production. I want to add another one of those electric miners. And by doing so, I want to use the full production capability that those stone furnaces have. There, that should do. Throw another stone furnace, make another inserter. There's the stone furnace. There's the inserter. Like that, that should do. It's now going to take coal and copper. First it eats some coal, then it eats some copper. And again, these things are, like the iron things, not yet getting rid of their own production. So what I want to do is make sure that they have another production belt, as well as an inserter and a crate. I have plenty of crates, by the way, so that I can get rid of the finished products. There, let's make a few more inserters. 1, 2, and 3. And a box. 1 box is enough. And an inserter. Take the inserter, throw it in there. Make sure everything is powered. And there go the final production facilities, or the final production units for the copper plates. Next order of business, take some... Whoa, this is ramping up real fast, I gotta say that. Let's build another few electric mining drills. Expand production. There's one. I can start to demolish this thing. It's only gonna get me into trouble for running out of coal. Build some more conveyor belts. Make sure these things have power. There, just use the conveyor belt that's already there. Make sure this thing's going the right way. There we go. Now I have 3 times the amount of iron coming in, which means that I'm also going to have to throw in yet another stone furnace to keep up with all of that, or it's going to start to pile up here. I can't have that. So another stone furnace. Make sure it gets production, gets resources. 1 comes in from the coal, the other comes in with the iron ore, and this thing unfortunately is in my way. There we go. Make 1 long-handed inserter, put it back there. It's going to throw it onto the conveyor belt, and for now it's not actually getting anything yet. You can see that now my all of my stone furnaces are working. Alright, how did copper plate get in there? That's unusual. Okay, next order of business. I want to research, preferably automated. So, in order to do that, I want to start to make a few of these things. Assembly machines. Officially they're called assembling machines, but, well, you know what I mean. Do these things still have enough power? Barely. My electricity production seems to be lagging behind a little bit with what I'm using. So I could throw in another steam engine. It's going to complain that it's not connected. There we go. Water temperature is going down to 80. I'm going to need to get a few more boilers up. For that I'm going to need more stone. So let's find the stone. Where was that? Somewhere back here, right? Did I run right by it, or? There it is. You know what? This is manual labor. I don't do manual labor. This is Factorio. In Factorio we have production for everything. Now, because I still have some of these old burner mining drills lying around, I might as well use them. I still have a large production of coal going, and now my stone needs are being met automatically. I don't need to fully automate this, not with electricity production, because I'm not going to be using that much stone. But for now, it's a nice addition. There, 10, 12. Let's keep waiting until we have 15, 14, 16. Perfect. Create some more boilers. And I'm also going to need a few more inserters to make sure that those things are being fed with coal. Boiler, boiler, inserter, inserter. Give these things electricity. Here we go. Water temperature is going up again. There, get the finished products sorted. There we go. And now these things should be going up to full performance. It's fluctuating a little bit. Interesting. I think I have what I need as far as production goes. Are these things... yeah, they are burning coal pretty quickly, especially that first one. That's where the water comes in. Actually, I'm going to slightly move this setup. Would that be wise? No, I don't think so. What I wanted to do is get the water flowing in from a different section, but it doesn't really matter. The water temperature that goes in here is going to get warmed up by all of the boilers and then flow back into the steam engines. I still have a lot of available performance, so I don't think I'm going to need to worry about production right here. Anyway, I was working on assembly machines. In order to automate the, let's say, the red research, which is the science pack 1, I'm going to need to produce iron gear wheels and copper plates. Now, copper plates I have plenty. Iron gear wheels, not so much. Look at that. The entire conveyor belt's flooding up. Wonderful. Okay. Now, let's make a real ugly production line for now. I may have to completely rearrange this setup later, but we'll see about that. As for my conveyor, let's make one inserter there. You're going to make the iron gear wheel. There. Once your iron gear wheel is done, I want you to transport that. I want you to take it over to the other machine, which is going to be fed with copper plates. It still doesn't have any copper plates, of course. There. Now we're getting somewhere. Now what I do see is that my iron gear wheels are being produced a lot faster than this machine can put out the red science packs. So what I could do is get another assembly machine going. In order for that to work, though, I'll have to recreate this copper plate thing a little bit. For now, scratch that. Yeah, you don't have to put it out like that. Thank you very much. Create another assembly machine. Let's do it like that and that. Let's see. For now, I'm not actually using those copper plates for anything else. What would be a good way to do this? Let's first make sure that these things are being fed automatically. Now, it would be ideal if I could use the other side of this conveyor belt to feed in the copper things, the copper plates. I think a long-headed inserter might be able to do that. I'm not sure though, this is again experimental for me. I know I could just take out the box. The reason that I'm not doing that is that the box is a sort of, let's call it a buffer. it stores the additional capacity that I'm not yet using. Yeah, that's not exactly what I was hoping for. That's a bit too much. Long head inserter. There we go. Beautiful. Now, it's putting the copper plates onto the second production belt. This is exactly what I wanted to do. Or actually, it's not the second production belt, it's the other side of the production belt. Okay. Now, get these inserters to get working. Tell these things I want to produce science pack 1s. Take my temporarily placed lab over here. Let's build another lab or 2. You can see at some point this thing is going to say, look, I cannot stuff it anymore, and that's when this box is going to come in handy because it's forming a buffer. If I wouldn't do that, I wouldn't have a supply of copper plates when I need them, which would mean that all of these things are going to stop producing, which wouldn't really be useful to me. And this way it seems to be working quite well. Now what I can do is basically set up an inserter and a lab, but that's not really the best way to do it currently. Let's see, get a few more production belts. I know they're called transport belts, but I somehow always call them production belts. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Send those a bit north. One lab, whoops, get out of here. 2 lab, 3 labs. They all have the energy problem. 1, 2, 3. And now make sure that these things are actually feeding it onto the belt there. 1 and 2. Get that thing powered up. There we go. Now, they're not actually taking any of these vials yet because I haven't specified what I want to research. What I want to research now is a fast inserter, which is that thing. Here we go. Now this research is going to go pretty fast because I have multiple labs and I have a nice production of these things. But they are still clogging up. You can see the copper plates are clogging, the iron gear wheels are clogging. I can still expand this production capacity. So let's do that. Make another assembling machine. Make some more transport belts, make some more inserters. Get to the other side. Make sure it's expanded there as well. Tell these things what I want them to produce. Bring in the inserters. And pretty much the... what should we call these? Exerters? Or does that sound really wrong? Symmetry, symmetry, stealth. This looks atrocious. Can't have that. There. Expand production like that. Now I'm probably going to be producing way more of those Science Pack 1s than I need. Which means that this production belt, again, is going to fill up rather quickly. So another lab is called for. At this point I'm starting to run out of copper plates, just take another pile of those. And I still have a lot of iron ore in my inventory. Now, for some reason these inserters will always take a very low amount of iron ore, so I'm going to try and get rid of my own supply. Clear up my inventory a little bit like that. There. Copper ore seems to be not getting as much influx as I had hoped for. There's another lab done. And of course it doesn't have any power. First world problems. Even now, these production belts are still, or these transport belts are still filling up. Well, it's Factorio. Expand, expand, expand. Make another assembly machine or two. And get some more iron plates, because now I'm starting to run out of iron plates. In my inventory, that is. I think I can use at least one more. Tell it what I need to create. There. Oh, I still have some of those science packs of my own. You can have those. There. Beautiful. Logistics 1 is done. I can now build fast inserters as well as splitters and underground belts. Next research project for me is going to be turrets to defend what I have. Because you never know when the aliens are going to actually strike. You can see that the production belt here is filling up. That's okay. That's perfectly okay. Use it like that. Like that. Another inserter, please. There, I now have 5 labs working on producing science, and you can see just how fast this thing's being researched. That's real nice. Now, my next order of business is to fix my iron ore production line. Look at that. It is clogging up like I've not seen before. I need to get more stone furnaces, basically. Stone furnaces require stone. Thank you, that's done. You're out of production, that's fine. Now I can build all the stone furnaces that I could possibly need. Use a couple more inserters. There. Insert, insert. Insert. You need power. I know that you can make all sorts of very nice, how shall I put this? Very nice setups with your power lines. For now, I'm just tossing them in as I go. It doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to work. And work it does. There, expand that. Long-head inserter, take the finished products. Now, though, I can no longer... If I take this thing out, those are going to start to run out of energy. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. Okay. I'm going to have to change this setup. Yeah. Inserters are such... How shall I put this? They are very diligent machines. If they see that they can stash your product anywhere, they will do it. And it doesn't always have to go the right way. Why is copper here? Okay. So, I'm going to need to create at least one space between those furnaces to make sure that I have enough room for all of the inserters and especially the power lines. Actually, you over there. Get that power line away. You over there. Let's make sure this thing has power. And let's do it like that. Another inserter. Again, doesn't have any power. Now, look at this. My power lines are just butt ugly. There's no other way to say it. And I can definitely improve upon that. Take a long-handed inserter, get another long-handed. There it is. Great, it's tossing it onto the... Yeah. Right. So this thing still doesn't have any power. There, fixed. Ha! Copper? Oh. Right. Now see, there's a problem. This thing thinks I don't know what to put in. I can take either copper or coal. So, I'm going to stuff in either. Now, in order to fix that, I'm going to need to get logistics. I need to build a smart inserter. For now, let's just make sure by hand that this thing has enough of the coal. This inserter, I'm going to delete it for now. What I also want to have is a fast inserter. Fast inserters are way faster than these slow-ass manual inserters. Look at this, fast inserter. That is what I'm talking about. Now, this transport belt doesn't flood as much as it normally does, so that all of these things can actually fill up as well. I'm also going to make my production line a bit longer, so that all of the, let's say, excess capacity that I have, let's make this one rounded. All of the excess capacity that I have is going to be fed into another box. One can never have too many steel plates. Or, sorry, iron plates. And now all of these furnaces can work. I'm not too sure why this one isn't. Oh, you're full. And you don't have a long-headed inserter. Yeah, that'll do it. And again, I have a line of 4 of these unit. Hold. Wonderful. I'm going to need to adjust this setup a little bit. At any rate, I have 5 of these things producing. Working nicely. Copper plates looking good. All of these things are still producing, and I could go for another few more labs, I think. More labs is faster research. Faster research is getting to the rocket design faster. Power. Oh. Electric demand satisfaction is not that high. Electricity for these things are looking good. The labs, though, are not getting enough electricity. Which means that I'm going to have to look at my production facility first. The water temperature isn't high enough. We need to build a few more boilers here. Now, let's change this setup slightly. Let's make a few more boilers and a few more inserters. 1, 2, 3. Need to get a few more. There we go. Now, let's add another power line here. Does that fix the problem? Because by now I have way more boilers than I could possibly need. Research is done. Yeah, that should fix the power. Now my research is going to go even faster. Let's go for automation 2 so I can start to build more complex products. Let's go for some more transport belts, an inserter or 2. I want to have a smart inserter as well. Start feeding this. No, not like that. Not. I think I took one turn too soon. I'm going to have one more lab in there. You can have all of those things. Get your own inserter. You can see the inserter is not actually working because it has more than the required amount of science packs. Lab is almost done. Get another lab going. Get a few more conveyor belts ready. It doesn't have any power. Naturally. Electricity is again becoming an issue. Maybe the problem isn't so much that I don't have enough burners, but that I don't have enough steam engines. That is a completely different issue. Now let's throw another lab that side. get some more room there. Inserter. Power line. It's always the same thing here. Look at how fast I'm researching this stuff now. I have 1, 2, 3, 4... Oh, why are you not doing anything? Aha! Now I don't have enough production of my Science Pack 1. You can see that this conveyor belt that used to be pretty full is now no longer as full as I would like it to be. Right, so I can either do two things. I can take some labs away, or I can increase production. In Factorio, the answer that I go for is usually increase production. Anyway, start another research. These are already going to require Science Pack 2. I don't have those yet, so I'm also going to first start to get all of these done. Science Pack 1. I still don't have enough electricity. Let's fix my electricity problem first. Let's adjust this steam engine slightly. Great. Get out of my own way. Does that fix it? Is the question. Not quite. Not quite. Optics is done. Let's get the military. So I can build submachine guns, shotguns, and shotgun shells. Talking of which, I only have 10 mags for my pistol. Let's build a few more. I gotta say, look at the speed of that research. That is nice right there. Okay, now the next step to production and improving my capability is going to be getting these things automated. Science Pack 2. That's a pain in your ass. It's going to take a longer production chain to get all of that done. Because you can use these the assembly machine 2 to do it. And what you need is quite a bit more extensive. You need Science Pack 2, which is going to require an inserter and a transport belt. Okay. A transport belt needs an iron plate and an iron gear wheel. So I'm going to need to take my iron production, get iron belts filled into here as well. Anyway, it's going to be, let's say, material for another episode. So I hope you enjoyed this episode 2. I really nicely expanded my research capability like this. And the next step is going to be to produce more research. And also to start building a radar, which is one of these things, because I have no clue where the enemy is, if they're here already, and how likely they are to attack me. And I'm not eager to find out. So, join me in episode 3, up in a few days, and thank you for watching this one. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.